everyone, Neen here from the Hyperactive Bookworm, here to do a very belated book review. So, one of my all-time favorite books, I thought I'd already done a book review of this. Recently, I've seen a lot more people discussing this book, which makes me so happy, but it has actually made me realize that the amount of times I've read this book, I've never actually done a review for it, which is absolutely terrible. So here I am today to do the review of Shattered by Lee Winter. This is my all-time favorite Lee Winter book. Yep, that's right. All-time favorite. No matter how much I love her other books, and my God, do I love her other books, this will always stand at the top of my favorite books of hers. It is also in the top of my top 5 books. I have reread this book so many times. I originally read it on ebook. I then got it on audio. Whew, Abby Craden, divine. And then, of course, I bought this. I've just finished reading it for, I think, the 4th or 5th time, as in just this version of it. And it's finally starting to come apart a bit because, oops. But at the same time, I regret nothing. This book is so great, and it's all love. The highlights, every time I read it, I feel like I get something more from it, which is the beauty of books and the beauty of when they come to you. Because this book came to me when I had just very recently discovered the Sapphic fiction community and how many Sapphic books are now out there. But I was struggling to find Sapphic fiction books in the genres that I've always loved, I've always been drawn to, which are speculative fiction. So this is a huge umbrella term that encompasses things such as horror, sci-fi, fantasy, all the different types of fantasies, steampunk, superhero, superheroines. So for me, it was that first step into finding everything, absolutely everything I wanted in a book, and it delivered. It has the beauty of Lee Winter's writing, the complications but intrigues of the book, and this one explores human nature so beautifully. It's basically set up in this perfect way of being able to view humans through the eyes of an alien. Hang on, need some clabber. Yes, a little in joke there. But, read the book to find out what the hell I'm talking about. So, this book is basically about Shadow Girl, but from the perspective of Lena. So, Shadow Girl is one of the founding aliens who crashed to Earth and has been taking care of humans, basically. From the outside looking in, for the world as a whole, Guardians are perfect. They are strong, and they are immortal. Lena, however, knows that this is a load of bullshit. They are amazing, but they are none of these things. And it's basically from Lena's point of view. There is a little bit from Shadow Girl's point of view, but mostly from Lena's point of view. And she is a tracker who tracks down wayward guardians, basically, those who go on the run. And she brings them back. And she is top of her field, and she is just all there. She is brilliant. She is strong. She has the gift of a silver tongue. So she is sent to track down Shadow Girl on a very tight timeline. And when the two meet, oh my God, their prejudices slam together, their ideas slam together of themselves, of the world as a whole, their opinions of each other. Obviously, Guardians aren't big fans of trackers. Lena thinks Guardians are nothing more than privileged little shitheads, basically. And then they both get kind of the insight from the other people's perspective, and it is beautiful. And while they're learning more about each other, they are learning about human nature. They are learning about power. They are learning about what this world prioritizes. They're learning about friendship. They're learning about brick walls, and they're learning that how they perceive themselves is not how other people perceive them and the falsehoods of their own beliefs. And everything is questioned for both of them, and it is beautiful and raw. They have the most amazing banter. It is hilarious and terrifying and powerful, and all of these things are sometimes rolled up in one single conversation between them, and it is amazing. Lee Winter's writing is so real and powerful, and the description just does me in. It's so delightful. There's one chapter I have read so many times that I have to mention it because it is the everything chapter to me. This is a chapter that I read when I pick up the book and I just need a little snapshot of it. This is also the chapter that I read when I am myself writing, because it helps remind me the power of description and the power of your scenes and settings. And this chapter is chapter 8, and I've scrolled all over it, and yes, the highlighter is like, honestly, if I could, I think I'd just end up highlighting the whole book. By the time I've read it 10 times, it probably will all be highlighted. But basically, this chapter for me is the most powerful because it is the ultimate perfect example of how setting can be used as a character, and how it can help parallel the journey of our main characters, their emotional states, and the weather. The use of the weather in this book is so incredible. It is such a powerful and impactful way of just strengthening what we're learning about. This book goes into power and the use of power so brilliantly and in so many different levels and layers. And the truths that come out for these characters are heartbreaking and wonderful. And in the end, they become better for knowing each other. And I love that. I love that it's not a love story. It is absolutely not a love story. There is no happily ever after. It is an absolutely incredible happy for now. And my God, the sex scene in this is powerful and beautiful and wonderful, and gives you so much more than just a need of a cold shower. It gives you everything, and this book is just delightful. Not recommend this book higher. I love it. I would love you all to go and take a look at this book. Go buy it. Go find it. Listen to the audio if you're into audio, because Abby Craden. Nice. Also, if you have read it, let me know what you think in the comments. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you feel anything from this book? I don't know how anyone could not feel anything from this book, but I'd love to find out what your opinions are. Go check it out. Thanks, Lee, for an amazing book. Bye, y'all.